The video you're about to watch is a snippet from the whole My Cape podcast. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe for more. It's this. See if you can ace this DC Comics quiz. Oh, it's a comics quiz. Ah, well.
Not good on DC Comics.
Doesn't matter. As a team, I think we can do it. I'm going to read the questions out. We're not talking about...
Video on before me.
So, in Batman v Superman, Diana Prince and Bruce Wayne meet while gazing at an ancient weapon.
Wait, that's not a comic.
It doesn't matter, does it? Just answer the question. Was it a sword? Or was it a staff?
Well, three of them are swords, so...
The staff of Amun-Ra, the sword of Alexander the Great, the seven-branched sword, or the sword of mercy?
No, sword of mercy.
So
I'm pretty sure it's one of the swords.
Sword of mercy.
It's the sword she uses, isn't it?
Maybe.
Getting her sword back, I think.
So Simon said the sword
I
of
want to
mercy.
say, my guess is, so I don't know if you're having a guess, Fish, so Tom might be deciding one. My guess is Sword of Alexander the Great, because obviously she's all ancient legends and stuff, isn't she?
It's all ancient Greek in it, back
and
it's either Greek or Egyptian, so I'm going to say it's either one or two.
I'd say Sword of Mercy because Staff of Amun-Ra sounds like something from Night of the Museum.
Does a bit, it does a bit, to be fair.
No, it's either two or...
I reckon it's the Great, I think. So I want to say number 2, Alexander the Great, sword.
I'm still saying Sword of Mercy.
But I kind of feel like it might be... Well, we are voted anyway, so
I'm pretty sure it's not a staff.
It was the sword of Alexander the Great was the right answer. Comment below if you get these questions right. Do what you like, I don't care. What legendary superhero shocked DC comic fans by announcing his allegiance with Hydra? What the fuck was this? From the grapevine, definitely heard this through Chinese whispers or something, didn't he? Because this isn't right at all.
What legendary superhero shocked DC Comics fans by announcing?
I mean, it's probably shocked. It shocked everyone a bit,
there's no bloody comment section.
It's Captain America, isn't it?
It was Captain America, wasn't it? But is it
Hulk? I mean, I'm sure Marvel comics were more.
No, because he did
Iron
it
Man,
to...
Captain America,
but this is
Black
a
Widow.
DC Comics quiz. Why is there a Marvel question on
Well, it was
DC?
Captain America. The answer was Captain America.
Right.
No one
So,
cares.
question number 3.
Go for a pee.
Oh, why? You can just leave and come
I've
back.
got a bladder problem.
I don't care.
Sorry.
Where does Barry Allen
Dear
keep
doctor.
his Flash costume? Is it 1, inside a ring, 2, inside a shoe, 3, under his clothes, or 4, in a small backpack?
I'm going to say...
I know the answer to this one.
I know the answer to this one.
In a small backpack.
No.
That would be the obvious guess, but it's actually inside a ring.
Inside a ring.
What?
If you see the show, it's even in the show, it pops out of his ring, and he runs into it, and yeah.
I've seen the show on, I think, is it Sky? It was originally on.
Yeah. What was Wonder Woman's original name before DC Comics changed it? Was it A, Amazonia,
I'm gonna
B,
say
She-Ra, 3, Suprema,
She-Ra.
4, Superwoman.
Is it Alan Shearer?
I don't actually know. I don't know the answer to this one.
I'm gonna say the Amazonia.
That's what I'm leaning towards. Well,
I'm leaning towards Amazonia.
Because she was the
Amazonia,
part of the Amazon.
The Amazons.
Amazons, yeah.
So we're all going to go with
I'm leaning towards
Tom's not back yet. Doesn't matter.
It's not Superwoman because it's already...
She's Suprema. William Marston, the comic book writer who created Wonder Woman in 1941, originally called her Suprema. DC comic editors made the change to... Fair enough. Whatever. What supervillain below is not a member of the Suicide Squad? Deadshot, the Joker, Rick Flag, or Nightshade?
The Joker.
Joker.
The Joker.
It's got to be the Joker in it, yeah.
Let's say the Joker.
It
is the Joker.
Well, he is in the film.
But he's not part of it.
The first DC Comics / Marvel crossover comic had Superman fighting this Marvel superhero: Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor, or the Hulk.
Hang on, let's go through it. Iron Man, he would destroy. Spider-Man, he would destroy. Thor might not. He'd have a good matchup with. Hulk.
I'm gonna say it was Hulk because Hulk came out before Spider-Man.
I'm gonna say
Spider-Man
Thor.
or Hulk.
I'm gonna say Thor.
I want to say Thor because he's more godlike, isn't he? I know technically Hulk's more powerful.
I don't
You
know.
got to think of it like which came up first in the comic book.
No, you don't need to think about that, Tom, because it's when did they first cross over? It's not when they all came out. They were all out by the time they crossed over.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I'm going to say
I'd probably say the
3,
Hulk.
4.
So we've got 2 Thor and 2 Hulk. Do we do rock paper scissors?
I haven't even given my answer yet, so that's
Oh,
a good guess,
I thought you said Hulk. Sorry.
No, I was saying I'm pretty sure I have actually read this, and I'm pretty sure it's 4. But I feel like he fights Hulk and Thor in the same. I think he fights one and then he fights the other, but I think it's 4.
Right, we've got 3-1 Thor.
Thor.
Spider-Man!
Oh, wow. Okay, maybe I read the first one.
The Battle of the Century features Superman and a radiation-strengthened Spider-Man going toe-to-toe. The comic also featured... Oh, fuck it. But it was Spider-Man, apparently.
How?
The face...
Superman would destroy Spider-Man.
The face of the supervillain Darkseid was inspired by this famous actor. You ready for me to butcher some names, lads? Israel Alon
Israeli.
Abut Hull.
No.
American Jack Palance. Australian Peter Finch. Canadian Leslie Nielsen. Not a clue.
Not a clue.
I'm going to go with Jack Palance.
I'm going to go with...
I don't know any.
I'm going to go with Alan.
But Leslie Nielsen... Hang on. Hang on, Fish. Leslie Nielsen sounds familiar, though. So it's kind of a toss-up between Jack Palance and Leslie Nielsen.
I'm going Alan. So
I'm going to go Leslie Nielsen.
Alan, Leslie... Go on, Tom and Mook, what do you reckon?
You could pick any. I couldn't give you a
I'm going Alan.
Just give a guess.
Well, Tom said Alan. Simon said Leslie.
Mook.
Just
go Alan then, yeah, you may as well.
Oh, Jack.
I said Jack Palance as
well. You said Leslie Nielsen.
No, at first I said Jack Palance and then I changed it.
What DC comic supervillain was Mark Hamill not voiced? Solomon Grundy, The Joker, Sinestro. Darkseid. So we all know he's done Joker.
Joker's the only one I can clear off there. I don't know about the other 3.
I haven't got a clue about the other 3.
I'm going to say Sinestro.
I did find... Have you noticed, by the way, right? Do you know what DC stands for?
Detective Comics, yeah.
So everything calls it Detective Comics.
Yeah, that's a good word on it. He's definitely been Joker. I would say he's probably been Sinestro as well, because I'm thinking of the 3. Well, I'm just thinking of the 3 that... The 2 that have got sort of the deeper voices in it. Mark Hamill's not got the deepest of voices. So you a super deeper voice for Darkseid and Solomon Grundy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, but
that's what my logic was, but it could be any.
That's not voiced.
That's not voiced.
Yeah, but think about the woman who voices Bart. Like
it could be either Solomon Grundy, Sinestro, or Darkseid.
No,
it's definitely done Joker.
No, I know what you mean, Simon, but I mean, obviously, Mark Hamill's voiced the Joker because he's got the voice he's got, and he can change it to be. But it would be weirder for Mark Hamill. Like, you'd pick someone with a deeper voice, wouldn't you? Like a Vin Diesel or someone to play someone with a darker voice.
Did you know, in season 1 of The Mandalorian, Mark Hamill goes to the bar in Mos Eisley, and the Mandalorian goes to a bar in Mos Eisley, and Mark Hamill voices the droid behind the counter.
Really?
Oh, nice. Well, gets everywhere, doesn't he?
Does, doesn't he?
Who are we saying then? Who are we saying?
I want to say Darkseid.
I'm going to say Sinestro. Like,
I
don't know which because I never saw any of the animated series.
I have no idea.
Green Lantern or anything.
I don't know. It doesn't say, does it? Just says which one did he not voice. I want to say Darkseid. Simon says Sinestro.
Tom.
Darkseid.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I feel like Sinestro has got to be.
It was Darkseid.
Darkseid. Oh, you didn't read. I was reading that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't mind. Carry on.
What weapon besides his mind does Lex Luthor traditionally wield? Sword of Kryptonite, Warsuit, his amazing singing voice, Gamma Ray Laser.
I'm going to say Sword of Kryptonite.
I want to say Warsuit.
It's definitely a Warsuit, yeah.
Oh, no, he has that suit, doesn't he? Yeah,
he has that massive suit.
Big suit, yeah.
So 3-1, Warsuit.
Sword of Kryptonite would probably be more useful.
I'm not reading all of that. Moving on. Before completing Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, Israeli producer, Menahem Golan tried to bring this Marvel superhero to the big screen. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Green Lantern, Thor. Now, it's not Green Lantern, because that's not a Marvel movie. That's not a Marvel movie.
Avoided the trap.
I reckon it's...
Iron
I
Man,
kind of
yeah.
want to say Iron Man.
I'd say Spider-Man.
I'm leaning towards Thor, just because there was that time, wasn't there, where they did do, where Marvel had those films where there is like a really like crappy Hulk and a crappy Thor and a crappy.
Yeah, to be
Yeah,
honest,
but they haven't got a
think
crappy
if,
Iron Man or a crappy Spider-Man. Oh, they have got a crappy Spider-Man, but they haven't got a crappy Iron Man.
You know how in like football they do like transfers? I think if DC and Marvel could do that, I think DC would go for Thor.
Right, but...
I also think I'm going Thor because Thor is the closest of them to Superman. Like if you did a Thor film or you tried to do a Thor film,
Right. Tom,
my guess is going Thor.
You've got to decide. You've got to decide an answer: Spider-Man, Thor, or
It's
Iron Man.
either Iron Man or Thor. I want to say Iron Man.
Right, well, we've got 2 for Iron Man. Spider-Man. Simon was actually right. In DC, the DC in DC Comics stands for
the Doorknob Comics.
Let me read these: Doorknob Comics, Dangerous Comics, Detective Comics, Doolittle Comics.
You can't name it Doolittle Comics. That's Robbie Downey Jr.
So also doesn't matter, does it? Because it's wrong.
I'd say Dangerous Comics.
We've literally just had this conversation a minute ago.
We have, to be fair. It's Detective Comics.
Yeah.
Fucking tit.
But it would make more sense for it to be Dangerous Comics, probably.
Yeah, because this non-superhero DC Comics character has their own series, or had their own series from 1958 to 1974. Steve Trevor, Alfred J. Pennyworth, Lois Lane, Clark Kent.
But it's not Alfred J. Pennyworth because there's just been a series released, I think it was last year or the year before, for a series for Alfred.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It was like all to do with how Alfred became a butler for the Witch.
Yeah, I don't know if it got made, but I know they were making it. I don't know what the position is.
I'm sure they did make it. To be fair, Mo. I'm sure. I think it's on Prime.
It is out. It might be out there, but to be fair, that has no bearing on this question.
No, because it's from 1958,
and because they're talking about a comic series, I think as well, not a TV series. My guess is Lois Lane because I think of Clark Kent.
I was going to say
Clark Kent wouldn't because he's not.
I reckon Steve Trevor.
Steve, he's not big enough.
I don't know. The DC they use some proper weird stuff. So
I don't think it's Steve Trevor because I don't think he's big enough. Clark Kent doesn't make sense.
Alfred, isn't it?
Right,
my guess is Lois Lane because she's a reporter and she gets into dangerous situations as it is.
So I've gone Stevie T. Tom's gone Ali P. Liam's gone Loie Lee.
I've got Lois Lane as well.
It's Lois Lane then. It's Lois Lane.
Boom.
Israeli actress Gal Gadot plays Wonder Woman in the upcoming solo film. When was this? Oh, it's from 2016. Which... Wait, hang on. Originally went to school for... Oh, what school did she go to? Law, Science, Performing Arts, Communications.
Science, wasn't it?
I'm going to say it's either science or law.
I feel like Performing Arts is to throw you off the track.
Yeah,
that's the obvious one, isn't it?
The character.
No, the actress.
I would guess law. I feel like it's quite common. People go into school.
I'd probably go law as well.
That's 3 for law, so it doesn't matter what you say, Tom. It was law.
Well, I did say law or
Last
science.
question.
So.
Before she joined the Suicide Squad, what was Harley Quinn's original profession? High school teacher, physicist, psychiatrist, marine biologist.
Psychiatrist.
It is psychiatrist.
Yeah, he's not smart enough to be a high school teacher.
Right, shut up. We got 10 out of 14 unbeatable, a true DC Comics superfan. You scored 10 out of 14. We only got 4 wrong. I didn't think we did too bad.
That's all right.
To keep up with the DC theme, we are going to be moving on now to our final segment of the show, which is our WWE.